That was the dream I had. I wake up just before 6 in the morning. The light coming through the window is a little bright, and the breeze seeping through the gaps is a little chilly. Damn, I've done it again. A steamy summer had come and gone, passing into October before anyone realized it.
That was a Windows update. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I didn't even hear it.
Stream did. Hold on. I just want to make sure it's not gonna. Okay, yeah, you can schedule it that time.
Is this font different? Or is
Uh,
it just different from Stay Night?
it's different from Stay Night, but it's been like this since we've been in
Okay.
ataraxia.
Okay. It's become a season where falling asleep without a blanket's a bad idea. Last night, what did I set my still sluggish brain in motion. Last night I fixed up bike number 1, changed number two's chain to a new one while I was at it, and since I didn't have anything else to do, I relaxed a bit and ended up nodding off. Ouch. It sure is rough sleeping on the ground. It's almost winter, too. I better bring a futon. I rotate my stiff shoulders and breathe in. Breakfast starts at 6:30 at the Emiya residence. There's still plenty of time, but only for the people who are going to eat. The people making breakfast have to wake up 30 minutes earlier than that. Lately, Sakura's been waking me up after she finishes cooking breakfast. Dang, since when did she grow up into the kind of girl that takes pleasure in robbing people of their hobbies? Fucking bitch makes me breakfast.
Well, she's still making him food?
It's definitely the influence of her sister. Anyway, at this house, if you want to make breakfast, you have to wake up at 6 a.m. or risk being beaten to the punch. As the master of this house, no, as her teacher, I can't afford to be outdone already by my pupil. Once I step onto the veranda, my nose catches the smell of breakfast. The sound of an active kitchen knife reaches my ears. Judging by this, I'd say breakfast is about 80% complete. The same old scenery of a pleasant morning. Savoring it as if it was only natural.
Hold. Oh, good morning, Shiro. Did you wake up late?
I gaze at her smile.
Shiro, why aren't you saying anything? Is there something on my face?
Half a year ago. Back when it was still cold, there had also been times like this. That was...
You look pale. Honestly, did you spend the night in the storehouse again? Shiro, your commitment to your training is admirable, but it is childish to ruin your health because of that.
Yeah, after all, I'm still a kid. It's only been half a year since the Holy Grail War. People can't grow up that easily.
Shiro, are you listening to me? With Rin gone, it is my duty to supervise you. If you insist on neglecting your health, I have an idea to remedy that.
That's right. With Tuska gone, it was up to Saber to protect the order of our household. But that's not important right now. What is this idea?
I'm going to do what bothers you the most. You never follow what I say, so you leave me no choice but to watch over you up close. If you do not see the error of your ways, I will have to move into the room next to yours.
She says something horrifying with a smile.
Oh no.
Saber's room is a Japanese-style guest room. Back when she was moving out from the room next to mine.
I will not. There is no reason to change my quarters.
She was being real hard-headed about it. But I managed to get her to back down. The war was over and there was no need to have a bodyguard after all. That happened just a little while ago. Ever since then, I took back the appropriate peace of mind of a healthy young man. I repent. I'll start sleeping in my room from tomorrow.
Very good, though it is a bit miffing how quickly you reacted, but this is all for your own sake. I do feel uneasy that I cannot be at your side in an emergency, but I shall drop the matter if it keeps you from having a good night's rest.
Saber turns readily towards the living room. Of course. Why should anyone feel reluctant to end a regular old morning conversation? Ah, I forgot to tell her. I have to say it. Saber. Good morning, and thanks in advance.
You are welcome. Take care, Shiro.
I go with Saber to the living room. My vision goes blurry for some reason, wondering why. Rub my eyes. Huh? My eyes were a little watery. The same old scenery of a pleasant morning. I mostly yawned from the blessed boredom of it all. Itadakimasu! The slightly different sounds of a variety of clasping hands echoed. On the table's the main dish of grilled fish. 6 portions of it, actually.
Probably Fujine.
I'm guessing Taiga for sure.
So anyway, Sakura got up early this morning and cooked for us. Everybody, especially a certain slouch, please be grateful to Sakura and enjoy your meal.
2 people nod earnestly.
Okay. No, wait, hold on.
I guess this is not coded. No, I didn't mean you guys. Oh, was that me talking? Huh. Okay. So anyway, Sakura got up early this morning and cooked for us. Everybody, especially a certain slouch, please be grateful to Sakura and enjoy your meal. 2 people nod earnestly. No, I didn't mean you guys. I meant the Fujimura group over there, trading spinach for roast chicken.
Ah, there's natto again. I said before that I didn't want any, but Sakura is persistent. Taiga, you eat natto, don't you? I'll trade them for the omelet.
I don't mind, but you ought to get used to natto. Don't be picky with what you eat, but it's a deal if you take half of the omelet. Alas, my poor little chicklet, unaware of the wonderfulness of natto and rice.
Only half? Fine, I'll accept it. I'll trade with you at that rate. I wouldn't be able to eat all of it anyway, Taiga. Feel free to get caught by Sakura's scheme before you realize it.
Okay, it's a deal. Half of my omelet for Ilya-chan's natto. And what do you mean by Sakura-chan's scheme?
Oh, no need to worry. I've calculated the amount of calories properly. As long as you chew and exercise, there won't be any extra fat. Isn't that right, Saber-san?
It is as Sakura says. While I cannot make a definite assertion as our body frames are different, I don't imagine that Taiga alone will become heavier.
See? Saber-san agrees. Eat as much as you like. We have plenty of leftovers.
The fucking Sonic noise.
No need to help. No need to tell me, Sakura. Please give me another heap.
Ryder and I exchange glances. It looks like we have the same thing in mind, but some things are better left unsaid.
Ryder, your bowl is empty. Would you like some more?
I'm fine with one bowl. I do not have a digestive system as strong or as inefficient in energy consumption as Saber's. I will have a cup of tea, though, so Sakura, please concentrate on your meal, too. Ryder pours tea for herself. Sipping hot tea silently really does seem to fit her.
Inefficient energy consumption? I cannot ignore that comment, Ryder. I would be satisfied with just the bare minimum. However, it would be improper to leave any leftovers when this much has already been prepared. Rations must not go to waste.
Munch munch, these radishes are great! Oh, Saber-chan, if you are going to eat yours, give them to me!
I refuse. Furthermore, this was the meal that Sakura took the time to make for us. I would feel awful being finished with it too quickly. Delicious food should be eaten to the heart's content.
I feel that what Saber said is a perfectly logical, wonderful opinion. Or I would, if only she hadn't asked for a 3rd serving already. People, you really shouldn't overdo things.
Huh? Today's miso soup tastes a little different. Shiro, you didn't help today, did you? It feels kind of inconsistent. Even though the flavoring is thick, the potatoes were cut delicately. Not very skilled, but precise. Kind of like a novice carver.
Well, experience is a good teacher. Gotta do some things differently every once in a while.
I prefer the usual soup, but I suppose that this type has some promise. The Japanese food Sella makes also tastes just like this.
Ryder slumps in relief. I didn't exactly lie. What I was trying to hide is the fact that today's miso soup was made by our very own Ryder. When I got to the kitchen this morning, Sakura and Ryder were already there. Saber and I laid out the tableware, all while watching Ryder in her desperate battle in front of the miso soup pot.
Ah, Fujimura-sensei, it is almost time for you to leave. The preparatory committee for the cultural festival is about to start.
Ryoto-kun will be mad if I come in late today. Well, can't us teachers even be allowed to have our last cup of tea?
Fujine rose up, holding the helmet for Tiger number 1 in her hand.
See you at school, Sakura-chan. Shiro, be sure to come in on time. Just because you don't plan to go to college doesn't mean you can take it easy and skip school.
And so, the single female English teacher in her 20s waved at us with a smile and ran off. Since the cultural festival's closing in lately, Fujine has been leaving early. The same goes for Sakura, the succeeding captain of the archery club, but due to the festival, the regular morning training was reduced to a short meeting. Because of that, she had 30 more minutes of free time than usual.
Cultural festival is coming up soon. I hope Nason will be able to come back in time for it.
Yeah, she said she'd be back during summer break, but it's already October. I wonder if something happened to Tosca over there. More like, it would be nice if she didn't cause anything to happen. Seriously.
Having to make an extended stay is what Rin deserved. It's not something that can be gotten over within 1 month. She botched up an imitation of Zelrich's jewel sword, you know?
Okay, so it
Well-
has to be Evansville.
Well, Rin could never manage it in a million years, so there wasn't even the slightest chance of her succeeding, but who knows exactly what happened because of that second sorcery explosion she caused.
Okay, this does have to be a direct.
I guess she could have just gone for the jewel sword in any route, right? Like, we did it in Heaven's Feel, but if she's trying to do it, she might have just done that.
In her own free time. I see.
Yeah. Ilya's genuinely disgusted. Well, I guess it's normal to be angry if all of that happened in your own castle. Let's go back 2 months.
Oh, okay, we'll just recap.
One day in the midst of summer holidays, Tosca said, as enthusiastic as ever,
I'm going to need a trump card when I go to London next year. They say there are a lot of weirdos this term, and since I will be going as a bumpkin from the Far East, it'd be a good idea to have some presents.
But she tried slapping together, well, knowing Tosca though, she probably had taken great care in preparation, a pendant. A super miniature version of the jewel sword that can monitor waves from parallel worlds.
Okay, so this is completely different.
Yeah, this is separate.
Oh no. Oh, these graphics are infinitely better than what we've had up until now.
This is the comedy game. We get comedy graphics. And messed up completely and utterly on a scale that us mere mortals could never imagine. The result, all the data and materials she'd collected, including the money she had to borrow from Sakura to purchase them, went poof. According to Ilya, the fact that she even survived meant she was a monster. After looking at her bank book, though,
Sorry.
that monster turned into something more like the living dead.
Emiya-kun, find me a job.
Back then, things were still relatively okay, despite her saying things like that, but one day something major happened. That was the price of meddling in sorcery in what came to be called the Winchester event. Later.
I'm in real trouble now. At this rate, I might even be designated for sealing. Before that happens, I'll have to fix what's loose.
With that, she journeyed to the clock tower, the HQ of magic.
I still don't get it. What actually happened?
I think that's you. Yeah. Ilya
Still don't
being
get
on
it.
screen fucked me up.
What actually happened? I thought the only thing that had happened was all that craziness in the castle.
Shiro, you don't understand what's wrong at all. Rin fired off a singularity, not processed for use as a weapon, almost turning this town into a mini terminal. With the phrases malfunctioning causality, crossing a phenomena, the future leading into the past, be easier to understand?
Oh, so basically the world almost turned into a place where anything's possible?
That is an easy way of putting it. To say it precisely, it almost turned into a world where all the possible outcomes of this town were drawn in.
All possible outcomes drawn in, huh? Like winning first place in the lottery, or aliens coming to Earth, or true immortality being perfected, or everyone suddenly coming to kill me. In other words, a morbid joke that had a small chance of occurring actually happening. I get it, so that's what happened. But I get the feeling that what happened was a little different. Well, I mean, it was a world that was a flat-out copy of a children's fairy tale. I mean, it was a world that was the same one from Dodgson's Alice. I mean, it was pretty much a real-life version of Maze Survival.
These are a lot of analogies that I don't know.
We were also surprised. What Rin had tried to accomplish goes beyond what humans are capable of. There's the potential for it to have even more impact than the Holy Grail War. Said its victim quietly. Actually, not only Ryder, but everyone here plus one other were victimized by it. What's wrong, Sakura? Did something happen?
No, nothing too important. It's just something that Ryder said.
Sakura trailed off. Well, if she says so, I'll just nod and leave it at that. Or more like I was planning to.
Holy Grail War, that's what Sakura reacted to. Here I thought you hadn't noticed, but you just weren't sure yet.
The Child of Winter did not overlook that comment. What about the Holy Grail War, Ilya? That already ended half a year ago.
Is that so? At the very least, I wonder if the servants feel the same way. Saber, Ryder, the two of you ought to be aware of this aura.
Ryder? Oh.
Yeah, I think it's Sakura.
Okay. Ryder, do you and Saber-san know what's going on?
No, I do not. Except, just as Ilya said, I am aware of the tension in this city. It is only a very minor sense of discord, so I decided to wait and see. A minor sense of discord? What are you saying? Why is Ryder mentioning something so plainly obvious? How about you, Saber? Do you know what Ryder's talking about?
Yes, I have my suspicions as to what it may be, but they are only suspicions. Shiro, would you mind if I
nod silently.
Very well. To be frank, the murderous atmosphere is coming not from this city, but us servants, correct, Ryder? Since a few days ago, we have both had light feelings of hostility towards each other. Our instincts, rather than our reasoning, are telling each of us that the other is an enemy that must be defeated. That is, in other words...
The excitement that servants experience in the Holy Grail War, is it? I hate to admit it, but I came to the same conclusion. Saber and Ryder glare at each other. What they're saying is extremely simple. So basically there's a Holy Grail War going on. We aren't concerned with the whys and hows yet. The evidence points to this conclusion.
That's not possible. It's not right, Senpai. There is no Holy Grail anymore. And, that's right. If there was going to be another Holy Grail War, wouldn't there be a notification from the church?
Yeah, and we haven't gotten one yet. Maybe there isn't a new Holy Grail War. Maybe the one that already ended was restarted? I guess that would make sense.
Hold on, pause. You get a fucking letter from the church telling you that the Holy Grail War started?
Well, I mean, Kira was calling everybody at the beginning of Fate, being like Tosca had to check in with what servant she had and shit. Like, that was all tracked information. Like, the first scene in the prologue is, or pretty early in the prologue, Rin is like calling Kira, like, yeah, I got Archer, I'm ready.
So I guess the series of events is still what confuses me. Is do the people find out that they're going to be masters and then they summon their servants, or are they told that they are masters and then they summon a servant?
I think you are told you are a master and then you summon your servant.
I see. And the church tells you that you're a master?
Yeah.
But I thought the Holy Grail picks you.
Well, the church kind of has control of the Holy, like, they're operating the system, right?
I see.
They're like the mediator for the war. But the church tells you you're a master. The church isn't like choosing you to be a master.
Oh,
The church is like, you've been chosen.
Okay.
That's my understanding. After all, most of the servants are still alive. The servants are still hanging around, and our command spells are still in good shape. Most of the masters are still alive, sorry. I still have one left on my left hand.
That's a strong theory. The victor of the 5th one was Shiro. But you didn't use the Grail, and there still are servants left. It might be possible that something provided the impetus for the fighting to restart in order to resolve the war.
Oh, it's a rematch for the defeated? But Ilya, who decided that the winner of the Holy Grail War was Shiro? I was under the impression that no one had won the war. Ryder isn't complaining that I won. It's the complaint of making me the winner of a battle that I made sure had no winner.
The one who decides who won is none other than the Holy Grail itself. No matter what the results were, the Holy Grail acknowledges Shiro as the victor. That is none other than me, so I don't believe there is any mistake, right?
I understand. Oh, that's probably Ryder. I understand. Then allow me to ask you in your capacity as the Holy Grail, how should we overcome this?
Huh?
Ryder's looking at Ilya seriously. If fighting breaks out, Sakura will be put in harm's way. For that reason, Ryder must be feeling a sense of danger at the words, resumption of the Holy Grail War. Hold on, Ryder. This doesn't mean anything has to be done. Even though it might have been restarted, there isn't even a Grail in the first place. There's no reason to fight.
You certainly did your homework. Yes, it is exactly as Shiro says. While there may be something abnormal about Fuyuki recently, it is nothing worth worrying about. And if you bother to think about it...
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. And if you bother to think about it, the fact that servants are staying in this plane of existence after the war ended is unusual. If you can't accept this level of abnormality, you won't be getting anywhere.
Maybe? Right. Even supposing the servants being here attracts someone that's up to no good, it still doesn't make a difference. In the end, the same servants will be the ones stopping him.
Do you know the conditions of being strong? People who stick out end up making enemies easily, but the ones that can protect everybody easily from those enemies are called strong. A person that's only tough is just violent. And as far as I know, the two of you are very strong. In the real way. Now I'm confused.
Oh.
I think that was you.
Fuck. Well, it was.
We did. How did we get here? So this must have been someone else. Then this was
Yeah.
you. And
Yeah.
then
I think this gotta be Ilya.
Yeah.
Shiro's right again. Today's Shiro gets an A+ in perceptiveness.
Should I be dancing in joy? Well, gee, I guess the usual me is always dense.
Therefore, if anyone's a problem here, it's you two. Saber, Ryder, do you want to resume the fighting?
Not at all. Although I will accept if Ryder insists on fighting me.
That is just what I was about to say. I have lost to you countless times. If you do offer me the opportunity, I do not mind settling the score. This casual Ryder's doing a lot for me. Wow. Sparks are flying between those two. For a short while, it looked like they finally got along, but I guess they're still rivals.
I'm glad that's the case. Well, neither of you are cats in heat, so I think it's unlikely that you will just go wild for no reason. Also, neither of you are the type that would hunt people out of boredom.
I think it's safer.
Yeah. Eliasville, I have my objections to that wording. I am not some kind of ghoul. Although I cannot say anything in her defense, as she does have a record.
And
Huh?
what, did I have to repeat it?
Yeah, sorry. I heard your and that was it.
No. Ryder wanted to, but couldn't counter that argument. If it comes down to behaving like an animal, I don't think that Saber is any different, but I'll put that aside.
So, I wonder exactly what happened.
The other masters probably won't be attacking, so I think we should wait this out for a while. Nothing major happened either, so there isn't any need to go out of the way to conduct an investigation yet.
That's true. Then how about asking the other servants about how they feel? Like Lancer-san. I've seen him in town a lot.
Sakura just simply nod. But I don't mind at all. Yeah, Lancer does seem like he'd be willing to give me his impressions on what's going on. In that case, we shall also look into this matter when we get the opportunity. By the way, Sakura, it is almost time to leave for school.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I'll clean up this right away.
Do not worry, that is my job. Sakura, please relax and go to school.
Alright. Thank you, Ryder. Take care of things while I'm gone.
Sakura's truthfully getting ready to leave. Me, though, I still have about 30 minutes left, so I'll go help Ryder.
I'll be off. Senpai, don't skip school.
Sakura leaves hastily. This marks the end of our morning. You guys, could you leave everything in the sink? I'll clean all of it up once I change. Thank you. To be honest, I'm not very good at washing. Ryder isn't clumsy, she just can't get a hold of restraining her power. She's a plate breaker just like Saber, but for a different reason. Anyway, I'll go back to my room. Except...
Shiro, regarding what we just talked about, if you plan on patrolling in the evening, please tell me. Eliasville may have said not to worry, but there is something that is bothering me.
Truly grateful for Saber's offer. I'm glad that she said that. I know I shouldn't be, but a part of me is excited that things have returned the way they were half a year ago. Okay, when I get the chance, I'll let you know as I'm going out. Something funny is definitely going on, so just in case, let's go on patrol. I mean, I really can't imagine patrolling with anyone other than you.
Indeed, I have faith that you would say that, Shiro.
That's what I should be saying. If Saber's with me, I won't be killed that easily. It's past 7:30 in the morning. Now, should I go to school or should I take it easy? Life's become a bit weird, but even though I'm getting excited, it isn't likely that I'd get to the bottom of this by myself. Oh well, I'll see what's going on when I feel like it. Luckily, there's a 3-day weekend starting tomorrow. It'll be all pleasure and no pain. I'll just go about filling up those days without stressing out too much.
Oh. Resumption mimicry. Damn.
Now we get to play the game.
If we're in October, then that means that we don't get to go on another Valentine's Day date. We were kind of robbed in the last route.
They did say it was half a year afterwards, right? So, this is where the game starts opening up and you can pick what you want to do. You can also go to the streets in the bottom.
Oh.
And more things will open up as you... I think if you click Big Bridge on over to the right, it might...
Yeah. Is she in the dojo? Hey,
that says own room.
Yeah, that's confusing.
I think it's just our room.
Oh. Why does she have a Shinai?
I don't know. I'm just gonna
Okay, we can't go any of these places.
No, I think only the people that say new are gonna let us go to them. Because everything's new to us right now.
Oh. I didn't know that was what...
we either talk to Tiger or we go to school. Those are our two options right now.
Oh, okay. What did we want to do? I thought that it was going to show up like a little map of the school.
Yeah,
not that they were going to do this to me, so I goofed.
What are you feeling? You want to go to school? You want to hang out at home?
Well, we were supposed to go to school, right?
Yeah, but he was like, "What am I going to do today? Go to school or take a day off?" Like it's.
Well, he said that we said we were going to have a 3-day weekend, right?
Yes, after today.
Yeah.
But it could be a 4-day weekend.
I guess a 4-day weekend would be lit, but we might be able to learn more stuff at school. Not like school stuff, but like, you know, servant stuff.
Right.
Let's go see that shithead Shinji and Issei.
Okay, go to school.
Does this
Like
affect...
a fucking nerd would. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
See? I knew it!
I think at this point we're committed to going to school, though. You can't back out of this.
Okay.
Hey, right-click real quick. Open up the menu. Oh, we don't have like a... Oh, go to flag list. So, this shit keeps track of all the things you've done and what needs to be done.
Uh-huh.
And right now it just says on the night of the 4th day, you have to find out what's going on. But things will pop up here as we do things.
I see.
And it'll be like the flags that we need to clear in order to make progress in the story versus like dick around.
Okay.
So it looks like we can go to the seniors room, go to class, which is, I assume, Taiga gonna be teaching us, or we can go hang out with Issei in the student council room.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. You want to do a Taiga voice? You want to do an Issei voice?
I have no preference. This is a little bit too much choice for me. I'm stressed out.
Okay. Issei lives at Ryudo Temple. You know who else lives at Ryudo Temple? Caster.
Ooh,
And
she's
Caster's
hot.
Hi, Sweet Clips.
Hi, Sweet Clips.
Morning, Emiya.
Morning, Issei. I greet Issei, who just came out of the student council room. As expected from the president of the student council, he's been enthusiastically fulfilling his duties since early morning. Oh yeah, you're still the student council president, aren't you?
Stop saying strange things, Emiya.
Ryudo Issei, the student council president, still solid as a rock. Hamurahara's overseer was this very Issei, the student council president. Anyway, since he was a first year, he was earmarked as the next student council president. He more than lived up to expectations, performing admirably. Even if he stepped down, he'd still be called President Ryudo. Even at future reunions, he would probably still be remembered as President Ryudo. But on the other hand, all the other club officers have already been succeeded by the next generation, though.
It can't be helped. I am prepared for it, but even if I want to give up my position, there is no one to take it.
That was it. Issei Student Council President Aura was too great, and as there were no suitable candidates, Issei was re-elected. It really was an unprecedented state of affairs. Whoa, you bear a heavy burden.
This is so dramatic, and for what?
I think he's being kind of sarcastic.
If the selection committee could pick someone competent, I would already be the former president. However, the current second years are lacking in determination and patience.
Issei mutters to himself. This was causing him quite a few headaches. Even in conversation, he sounded lifeless. Be the student council president. Is it that difficult?
No, that really isn't the problem. Most of the executive tasks are done by the second year secretary and so on. However, there will be another president selection round in 3 months' time.
Out of the second years, no one catches your eye? Like the vice president, she almost seemed to be your own student. If I don't do that, the possibility of another failure is high. Still, with half a year remaining, don't tell me Issei intends to be held back a year in order to retain his student council president post.
But it won't work, even if she becomes a candidate out of her own will. I cannot endorse her.
Why?
This has nothing to do with mommy milkers. It wouldn't benefit her, and if things were to go poorly, it may end up splitting people into factions. I wouldn't go so far as to be a regime. It wouldn't go so far as to be a regime, but I'm certain that with my endorsement, the sports club presidents would not be pleased. To begin with, the student body should be directed based upon a legitimate and democratic election. The one who should decide upon my successor should be the student body, not myself.
I see. This president's worthy of admiration. As long as this Iron Man is here, I'm sure the next election's gonna be a rough one as well.
However, it is true that aside from Kirishima-kun, there is no one competent enough to take my place. She joked around, asked me if I'd stay back 1 more year, but if I were to do that, it would be a step backwards. But even so, there are no other second years to whom I can pass the art to.
You seem quite strict.
Emiya, if you were 1 year below me, I may have abdicated so that you could take the position already.
Abdicate? Is he saying he'd give up the position of student council president to me? He says some scary things.
But we still have time. It is not difficult for me to continue my duties until graduation. In fact, being bestowed the honor of doing so is a blessing to me.
When Issei had won the elections by an overwhelming majority in his second year, what he set out for was a road towards reformation. But the reason he had won was not because of the need for reformation, but because he was the epitome of a student council president. And few students at the time were focused on reformation itself. So you still have unfinished business, I take it?
Yes, the main cause of hindrance to the reformation of Homurahara has not been removed yet.
I see. Well, it has been an implicit rule for the last 10 years. It'd be hard to solve that in only one term.
If I had at least 1 more year in office, I could settle the inequality in club fees, improve clubs and organizations, as well as make a movement to amend the school regulations. It is unfortunate.
Issei's regret seeps through his speech. Even though I was only watching from the sidelines, I thought Issei was doing a good job. But if I could say one thing about him, he does have a weird way of showing passion for things. But one reason for that would be that Issei...
And all of this is because of that Tosaka.
She's the reason?
Tosaka has a hold on the sports clubs. She interferes with school trips, and on top of that, she has some kind of force over the staff, threatening them and bending them to her will. The reason why the reformations have been delayed is because of her.
Raging all the way down to his core was the usual rant from Issei. At this rate, the only outcome is that the person he's ranting about shows up, and they get into a fight, or I listen to him till he finishes.
That's right. If I hadn't had my efforts wasted by Tosaka and the Homurahara witch, I could have peacefully retired by now.
Well, I think even if Tosca acts like that, she understands your objectives. She didn't react emotionally like the other officers, did she?
I know, that is why I can never afford to lose in a dispute against her. Are you on her side, Emiya?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm on her side, but... I know quite well how scary she can be, so in a way I'm worried about Issei. All I can do is pray they don't end up mutually destroying each other in a cross-counter fashion.
That Tosca, even with me here, she uses her charm just to seduce my allies. She may be my enemy, but she really does know how to launch an effective attack. Damn her.
Issei nods his head. It almost sounds as if he admires her. Ah, Issei, could it be that...
Is something wrong, Emiya?
Are you lonely without Tosca around?
Nani?
Wow, Issei drew back with amazing speed.
What are you talking about, Emiya? Explain yourself.
I mean, whenever we get together, you're always talking about her. I'm starting to think you'd have no reason to do your job if she wasn't there as your rival.
How rude. I've never once thought of wanting a monster like her as a rival.
I'm sure she feels the same way. In a way, it's like you're destined to be rivals. I try smiling, feeling a little refreshed. Homeroom's going to start soon.
We're out of time. I'll talk to you regarding this matter later, Emiya.
Sure, if you want to complain about Tosca, I'll listen as much as you want.
I'm a bit puzzled by your comment. Why are you making such a lukewarm expression? Well, really?
Well...
My bad. I didn't see the end of the quotes.
Well, really, the more we talk about it, the more likely it is that Issei will realize that even though he doesn't like Tosca, they are inseparable rivals. Let's hurry to class. If we keep loitering around here, Fujine will get there before us.
Fujimura-sensei? She is rather unforgiving of infractions of school regulations. Let's hurry, Emiya.
Noon. I think if you go to school, you always have to do lunch here at school also. Like, I think you're stuck in it the whole day.
Oh, I see. Are we trying to get hot girl points?
I don't even think this game has multiple endings. I should check that really quick, because that's somewhat important too.
Yeah.
I guess we haven't really heard from Shinji yet. Curious what they do with him in this post-Fate world. Do we know that the things he did?
Who knows, right? I guess we'll find out if we punch him when we see him.
Every time you click on Shinji, it's a fight on site.
That would be so fucking funny. I'd play the shit out of that.
Yeah, every single time. Oh, his face changes when you hover him.
Oh! 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 That's cute.
We do have to play the little Ilias Castle minigame at some point.
We're gonna play any fucking mini game that we come across.
Well, it's just like in the menus, I think. Like, we don't have it unlocked yet, huh?
I don't think so.
This could be Shinji. This could be anyone.
Emiya.
It's not me, though. I know that.
Emiya, let's go get lunch.
For reasons unknown, Shinji came up to me and invited me to join him for lunch.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
Totally out of the blue, but it does happen a few times a year, so it's not that surprising. Okay, I brought my own lunch, though. What about you? Should we get something from the cafeteria?
Cafeteria? No, not in the mood for cheapo stuff. Why don't we just go out?
Out? I guess he means the shops in Miyama. It sounds reckless, but it's not impossible to get back before 5th period if we hurry. I guess once in a while is okay. I made my own lunch today. I could just give it to Goto-kun as thanks for always helping me out.
Oh, you're quick on the uptake for once. Alright, in return for being earnest, I'll introduce you to my one prized shop today. See, I found this amazing pasta place near work.
Wait, if we got the Shinto, there's no way we'll make it back in time. Let's just go somewhere in Miyama.
We can just skip. Don't you have enough credits to pass already?
Come on, let's go. He keeps bugging me as if it's now or never. I have my reservations, but I just can't get the words amazing pasta out of my head.
I do love that we went to school only to be convinced to skip school.
It's immediately. We had one conversation, someone was like, you want to get pasta? I was like, fuck yeah, I want to get pasta.
This is way better than being at school.
For Shinji, very particular about taste, to praise it so, it may well be worthwhile.
Fool, to bring down a fellow classmate to your level. That is unsightly, Bateau.
And so Issei, who was listening, eavesdropping, in the back, interrupts with the flames of justice.
What is it, Ryoto? Where are we gonna go eat is none of your business. You're a third party, so shut up. It is my business. My classmate is being led astray by a delinquent's deceptive words. It is only right that I should step in. And besides, Emiya made a promise with me first. Right, Emiya? Sorry. Oh, so Shinji's face.
Sorry, I don't remember. But if Issei says so, it's probably true. I've been having trouble remembering things lately for some reason.
It's your fucking puppet body.
I probably said I'd go to the student council room in the morning. I really don't recall saying that, though.
See, what did I tell you? Really, I was going to stay quiet since I thought you would refuse anyway, but the force of his attack is too severe. Well, let's go, Emiya. I will bring out our most prized tea leaves today, the kind that no Shinto Italian place can compare to.
Ah. I'm being dragged to the student council room.
Huh? Say what? Come to the student council room when you're free? Isn't that what you always tell him? That's not a promise or anything. Nah, isn't it more like an order? When did you pass the rule about having lunch in the council room if you've got nothing better to do, Mr. President? Why would someone even write a rule like that? Lunch in the council room was arranged with our mutual agreement. Emiya, tell him that you made the promise with me this morning.
I did? This morning?
God, fuck, you suck. Yes, right before the end of homeroom we looked at each other. Remember? And so I coughed, which signaled that it would be the student council room. If you coughed, then it would have been the classroom.
He shakes his head. Ah. I'm really sorry. I didn't notice we had such a rule these last 3 years. I did think that he coughed unnaturally from time to time. I see. So that's how we've been deciding on the meeting place.
That's so funny. Hey, listen. I thought so before, but aren't you starting to lose it, Ryoto? How rude. I do not want to hear that, and from you even more so.
Sparks start flying between the two of them. There's nothing spectacular going on, but it is an exciting battle nevertheless. I would rather take out my lunch and spectate as I'm eating, but then I would be the only one full by the end of it. Hey, you two. Lunch isn't that long. You should settle it later. How about all three of us go to the cafeteria? Shinji gives up going out, Issei gives up the student council room. That should be a good compromise.
I refuse. If I say I'm going out, then I'm going out. Now come, Emiya, I'll buy you lunch, and then we'll hit the streets after that. See, today there's a party with girls from Western High. I really cannot understand you, Mato. I'm telling you, stop dragging Emiya down the path of evil. If you like Western food so much, then just move to Europe. And do not try to lure Emiya with the prospects of meeting girls!
Looks like my proposal has failed miserably too. It seems that the two of them have no intention of eating with me and the other one.
Whatever, do as you wish. I'll be going to the cafeteria.
It's me. Whatever, do as you wish. I'll be going to the cafeteria myself.
Wait, Emiya, that would be too cruel. You must make your decision here. It is your duty as a friend. I'm sure that casting someone aside goes against your principles, but now is the time to show your will of steel. I agree, it makes me vomit to agree with Ryoto, but that is true, damn it. Now, Emiya, hurry up and tell him which one of us will be eating lunch all alone.
I'll go with Issei then.
Why? It's the Shinto pasta shop! And then the party with the girls? It's 3 hours with girls that are hot, even in my opinion. It's obviously the better deal. Oh, I really don't get you, Emiya.
I am interested in the party shop, and even though parties aren't my thing, I'm not opposed to that either. The main problem is... I point towards the schedule. That's right, 5th period's Fujine's class.
Indeed, I'm a bit disappointed, but it is a very student-like reason. I wouldn't want you to be any other way, Emiya. Guts.
And so, you should reconsider too, Shinji. Let's all eat together in the council room. If you don't like cafeteria food, I'll share my lunch.
I doubt that will be necessary. Having blurted out that much, I highly doubt he'll be staying in school for lunch. Isn't that right, Mato? Huh, that's right, Ryoto. I wouldn't go to the council room even if you begged me. Fine, you guys enjoy your simple plebeian lunch then, but make no mistake, I'll show you who the final and real victor is!
Shinji half laughs, half cries, and goes away.
Why is this game such fucking memes?
This game is straight memes. It is only going to get memeier. Damn. I really don't get it, but maybe there's something wrong with what I just said. Hey, Issei, was that my fault?
I'd say so. I do not sympathize with Mato, but choose your words a bit more carefully, Emiya. If I were in Mato's shoes, I would definitely commit suicide.
Oh my god.
Jesus!
I can't really understand Issei either.
What the fuck?
Even though he said he had no sympathy towards him, he clasped his hands in silent prayer over Shinji's desk. The fucking Katsu was fantastic.
That felt really good when I was, cause like, you know how you're kind of always reading ahead a little bit to like get an idea of like how you need to do this stuff. And I saw this little hand thing and I was like, oh, this is gonna be so good.
The bell rings to signal the end of lunch. We conclude our lunch in the council room and prepare for class, about to start in 5 minutes. Shinji's missing. It seems he hasn't come back yet.
Danger past, God forgotten, I guess. It seems we have wronged Mato today. The tuna cutlet was particularly good. Maybe we should have given him a piece to try.
More than just Issei who noticed something odd. Everyone in class is looking out into the hallway to see what's going on. A crowd resembling a circus is approaching, with one fucking looped audio. Jesus Christ.
No. What is happening?
The troupe traveling down the hallway appears to include Shinji and many of his first-year female admirers.
God, why does he have a fan club? He sucks.
I do think Hollow Ataraxia Shinji so far is much more likable. Like, if you can just segment out the entirety of Fate Stay Night and not know anything about him,
yeah,
he's much more of a, like, being a dick but also wants to be friends. They all have their lunchboxes and are feeding Shinji.
Stop. What?
Issei stands speechless. Shinji stops to boast.
He just brought a fan club of girls just to fucking... Jesus Christ. My, isn't that the lonely duo of men who eat their lunch in the company of each other? How could it have been? I do wonder if today's lunch was just as pitiful. There weren't any cheering girls, were there? Kya, Shinji-shama, you're the best! No such thing, huh? It's fucking looped audio.
Issei starts to shake. Shinji's mood is already maxed. What the fuck was that?
Yeah. Me? I'm the best. My joy cannot be put into words, and I wanted to share this feeling with you too. Too bad. Damn you. You really are a primitive bastard. Oh no, run away everyone. That's the smelly student council president over there. If he catches you, he'll make you follow a tasteless dress code.
Ah, the whole Shinji circus troupe runs away merrily down the hallway.
Jesus.
I'm fairly certain they rehearsed all this beforehand.
It's so fucked! I shall not allow escape, Mato. Emiya, tell Fujimura-sensei that I went to deal with one of the 3 public enemies of Homarohara.
With an incredible speed, Issei follows after them. But even then, being an active member of the student council, he does not run. His walking has already surpassed running.
This man's fucking zooming.
Sure, it's a draw. The bell announces the start of 5th period. 4 months before graduation. Rito Issei, for the first time in his life, has missed a class. Memes.
This game feels like a complete fever dream after playing Heaven's Feel.
Oh, it's a very drastic mood change. Ooh.
We only have the one option.
Oh, fuck, I don't remember what our boss's name is. I think this, like, segmented game works a lot better for how we do things.
You said you
Like-
think it works what?
I think it works a lot better for our purposes of doing, like, stream sections and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Like, there's just a lot of built-in stopping points and segments rather than, like, trying to find a time to stop and, like, talk about things or...
Oh, it's easier to find a natural stopping point. I see.
Yeah. As I start preparing dinner, I glance outside and notice the sun's already set. Dropped like a rock is an apt expression. Looks like the sunset waits for no man. Well, probably Sakura or Ryder.
Does Ryder know how to clean?
Oh, maybe she's working on it. Who would say Shiro? Sakura wouldn't say Shiro, right?
No, she would call you senpai. We know it's not Saber because Saber, we just asked about that. She calls you Emiya, right? No, she calls you Shiro.
I think it must be Ryder then. It's like Ryder or Ilya, but this feels weird for Ilya too.
Yeah, because she calls you One-san, or Oni-chan. Fuck, yeah, let's go with Ryder.
Shiro, I finished cleaning the bath. Where are the fresh towels? Go ask Saber. Putting away the laundry is her job. I reply while pounding out a steady rhythm with a kitchen knife. There's a lot of clattering in the living room behind me.
Senpai, we're out of soy sauce. I'll go down to the shopping district to get some.
It's pretty late already. Let's wait until tomorrow. You can borrow some from Fujine's house. Ilya, go together with Sakura. Wait, Ilya's not here. Though she leads the assault with Fujine in the morning, she often isn't here during dinner. When she does come, it's usually when everyone's relaxing after having already finished dinner. I will accompany her. As I said in the morning, it is dangerous to be walking around alone at night. Oh, fuck.
Saber, thank you. Oh, fuck. Fuck. I think this is you.
Shit. Saber, thank you very much. If Ryder went, she'd frighten the underlings at Fujine's house. Anyway, come back soon. I sense a quick nod from the two of them. They grab a large empty bottle and merrily head for the Fujimura group. Shiro, I'm sorry to disturb your cooking. Ryder appears as if to replace the two who just left. The punctual rider won't show her face in the living room before 7 o'clock. Until then, she stays in her room, immersed in reading. No problem. What is it? While you were away, an unknown character came by, suggesting that we purchase a tabloid subscription. I refused, but he would not give up. He will come back every day till we buy one. A type of persistent burning passion, it seems. Frankly speaking, would it be acceptable to regard him as an enemy? No, absolutely not. Why? Because it would cause fatalities. Treat others kindly, treat yourself kindly. Ryder seems patient, but she has zero tolerance towards enemies. Her classification of someone as friend or enemy happens amazingly quick. Saber is also rather similar in this aspect. Despite having some leeway in her definition of enemy, once acknowledged, Saber won't show any mercy either. I understand. Even though I am not confident, tomorrow I will properly listen to what he has to say. There's no need to force yourself to listen. If you say that we already have a subscription, he won't appear for another 3 months. Or just call Sakura and she'll settle it in no time. Sakura? But I do not think that Sakura has the skills to deal with such a person either. It seems she's good at overcoming her weaknesses. Sakura is great at turning away subscription sellers. In fact, just watching it frightens me. In her suggestive, passive manner, she grabs the weed by the very roots, and then, at the very last moment, cuts it thoroughly with a smile on her face. No man can withstand the shock of hearing, "You should be going soon before I call the police, okay?" with that smile of hers. A passive-aggressive style of defense, along the lines of Kyoto native offering a guest some bubazuke as a sign they've overstayed their welcome. I see. She is normally calm and gentle, but it is dangerous to anger her. I understand. By the way, where did Sakura go? She went with Saber to the Fujimura group. They'll be back soon. You can just watch TV with Fujine in the meantime. You not need help serving the food? Nah, though I appreciate the concern. Today I only need one big plate for everything. Lightly bowing, Ryder returns to the living room.
Oh, Fujimura. Ah! Ryder-san, what are you doing? It's the debut of the legendary Racket Rainbow, goddamn!
Sorry, I wanted to watch the news.
Oh, it's so obvious it ain't even an excuse. Why, it's the enemy that will never bore you out. It's Racket, yet there are mad weapons like floppy, pizza, even laser guns. It is a masterpiece that has already transcended the interesting or boring dimension.
Quietly nodding in response to Fujine's explanation, Ryder still ruthlessly changes the channel. She has said that reading is a part of her life, and watching TV is just a simple hobby of hers. Yet, how should I put it? It's gotten really lively in here. Food hasn't even been served, and it's this noisy already? How much worse will it get once dinner starts? It's just after 9 p.m. and dinner's already over.
Oh, thank God we don't have to voice dinner.
There are no major events, and everyone returned to their rooms. It's too early to go to bed, so what should I do in the meantime?
Oh. Well, it's too early to go to bed, so... Sure can't do that.
Yeah, call it a day seems wrong, so I guess hang out around or go for a walk.
Well, we did talk about patrolling with, Saber.
That's true, we go out for a walk.
But why does this have an exclamation point on it?
I don't know. Oh. Well. You fucked up.
Did I? Oh! You stop that.
That's fine. I'll go check the situation in town.
This is the one thing we were told not to do.
Saber may have said otherwise, but if you're not alone, there'll probably be things that you'll miss. So you lied? I do my best to sneak outside.
Not our Emiya Shiro. He would never lie.
The Emiya residence surroundings are peaceful and quiet. Nothing's out of the ordinary. I see. This really is the same as half a year ago. Why did I go outside alone? Why am I not bringing Saber along?
I don't know!
It all makes sense once I look at it from a stranger's perspective. No matter how harmless it may seem, if I were to exercise proper judgment, I would not be out walking alone. Even though there are no enemies, the reality is that there's something odd happening in this town. So the reason I'm out here on my own, nonetheless, must be that I plan to use myself as live bait to draw out anything abnormal.
I'm subconsciously coming up with these great plans.
It's pretty tough not knowing what I intend to do until I've done it, if I do say so myself.
Jesus Christ.
I just decide on a whim, though. Well, whatever happens.
I hate everything.
I was expecting just a blood splatter right there.
Yeah.
Whatever happens. Gazing at the night sky, I start walking. If I feel danger, I'll just go back to the house right away. Then I'll quietly return to my room and wait until tomorrow. Fucking die. I look up at the moon that looks evil as shit. The sky is cleared and white moonlight's cutting through the darkness. Well then. Hopefully I'll find some clear evidence of abnormality that even someone as thick-headed as me can recognize. Like the black moon, maybe? Where do you want to die?
Oh no.
Hey, if we're following our last rule, the temple has the hot girls.
Okay. So the temple has the hot girls. Alright, hear me out. But the intersection will take us to Tosca's house. I know she's not there, but she could be back and we don't know it.
Okay.
North Residential, I think we died to Berserker there, so not my favorite time. South Residential is the street where we first see Gilgamesh.
Okay.
In past routes. So, like, these are the things that I know about these places.
I think the Gilgamesh argument's valid. That is often where we first see Gilgamesh.
Uh-huh.
If he's around. I do think there's a solid chance of going to the temple. Like, usually going to the temple at night means Castor killing us, right? So I do think there's a good chance of Castor being there and not killing us.
You're like, if this game is as happy and wholesome as it's been so far, we will not die to Castor. But shouldn't Assassin be at the front gate?
Oh, wait, that's a better argument. We should go talk to Assassin. We didn't even see him in Heaven's Feel. He died immediately. The temple gate stands in silence. The stone steps seem to go on forever into the night sky. Somehow, I can picture them leading to the heavens. But fortunately, the moon's not overhead, so the stairs connect properly right up to Rito Temple and not to another world. I peek inside through the gate. Oh, there's nothing unusual about the temple grounds.
Where's our husband?
I'd like to go investigate more, but that would require stepping onto the premises. Fuck, who did Assassin?
You did. He sounded like your rider voice, but manly instead of ladylike.
Okay.
He was like a Kahulin, but like not assassin.
Girl.
Yeah, right?
Okay.
He was like you're in between those.
Fuck. Oh, okay, we'll get there by the end of this conversation.
Yeah, you're gonna be switching voices. You'll do great.
You there. One more step and your head shall fall from your neck. And so stands the servant still guarding the gate. You must be bored out of your mind. There's no need for a guard anymore, yet you're still faithful to your duty. Or perhaps there are actually a lot of statue thieves and the like around? Ha! I've seen no thieves, but there are others who pass by often. Right this moment, there's someone passing by you. Huh? Naturally, there's no one around. I only felt a chilling, yet warm wind brush by my cheek.
Ghost.
Stop. Ghosts are a strictly prohibited topic at the temple. I'm already alone and frightened. It's no fair if you intimidate me too. Or maybe that's how it is. Servants are spirits. Maybe they do see these things. Do they really come out around here? Of course. It's just that you've never noticed. I was also just a commoner while alive, and I have questioned their existence just the same. Now that I'm of the same kind, I see them come here all the time. I see. Well, as long as I can't even see one, I suppose no harm can come from either. If ghosts really can harm people, it would be the ones we can actually see. If there's no form, it probably can't kill you. If you're that curious, then why don't you die once?
What?
The Vixen here would be happy to provide you with a near-death experience, I'm sure. I'm good, thanks. I don't trust Castor that much. How should I put this? I feel like she'd begin with good intentions, but then start getting evil ideas, and in the end betray you. No doubt about it. When she dons her servant attire, you need to watch out. Castor used to be good-hearted, probably. But a lifetime in the shadows left her stained deeply with spite. Despite reforming, she still puts on her wicked grin from time to time. If I were to rank her on the list of servants to never let your guard down against, she would be the first or second. But what brings you here tonight? If it's just a mundane errand, leave it until daylight. I have no obligation to serve as a gatekeeper, but the command spell is still in effect. There are no exceptions for strangers at this hour. Ah, right, you were protecting it because of her command spell. From the beginning, the Holy Grail War meant nothing for this servant. Assassin's just a swordsman that intercepts enemies trying to pass through the gate. The irregularities in town have nothing to do with him, and must not interest him very much either. I'm going back then. Sorry for bothering you. Just window shopping. It's fine, since you're on guard duty and all. I'll try to remember to bring a present or something next time. I turn my back to the temple gate. How considerate of you. Then I'd like to request a beautiful flower. No, 2 of them. I'm not complaining, but a man's senses become dull from all this moonlight. Bring Saber and Ryder, huh? Is it boldness or just idle curiosity?
I thought he meant real flowers. That's so funny.
This is so funny. If anybody could try to hit on 2 former enemy servants, it would be this guy.
If it'll work too.
Well, I guess it's not that unlikely. On some lovely moonlit spring evening, by some mistake, who knows, a night party like that might just happen. I guess it's about time to go back. It's not like I only have tonight. There's time tomorrow, too. I return to the Emiya residence. It seems the end of the night has been postponed for a little longer.
See, we're gonna beat our ass when we walk in this front door.
My day has ended. Sprawling on the bed, I let fatigue take over my body. Mild drowsiness is numbing out my mind. What a release. Since that incident, I can't trust my consciousness being separated from me. Sleep. It's a rite of passage from the closing of one day to the reopening of the next. A natural thing for anybody, a recurring memory hole. Limp and powerless, I'm falling into that abyss.
He makes sleep sound so scary.
Well then, I wonder what I should do tomorrow. There are all sorts of things to think about and things that have to be done, but all that can be decided once tomorrow comes. For the time being, let's just call it a day. Program plagiarism.
Just feels such a weird fucking. What is this game?
Oh, it's bizarre. So you had steak friends join.
Yeah, for Echo, but he went to go make snacks.
Uh,
I like how it's like 9:30 at night. Sam's like, you know what I want? Steak. And you know what? Live your best fucking life.
Making a steak takes a fucking minute too, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like it's a quick dinner.
No, that means that you were like, no, I'm having this.
You know what sucks? Maria was like, hey, I'm probably not gonna have dinner for you tonight because I'm going out to dinner with a friend.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh, where are you going? My intention being like, okay, I will simply ask you to order something to go. And then I will Venmo you.
Right.
And there's just been no response, and they're gonna fucking leave before she responds.
Oh no. I feel like that would have been my immediate, like, hey, I know I normally have food ready for you when you get home, but I'm going out to dinner. Like, is there something that I can bring back for you? That? I feel like that would have, like, you should, like, I think that's like the normal thing to ask to start with, especially if you guys normally do dinner together. Or if she normally has
she even
food.
mentioned, like, hey, nothing but leftovers tonight then for you, like implying I can eat her leftovers. But like, if that's the case, if you're trying to provide dinner, just let me fucking buy some dinner.
Yeah, you're not even being like, yeah, you should buy me food. You're like, just, hey, you're already there. Before you leave, be like, hey, can I place a to-go order? And like, easy. I hope you're ready to eat some ramen with you. Some nice, tasty ramen.
I'll probably stop at Taco Bell, worst case, which is fine.
Honestly, yeah.
It seems like we have to go to school here, and was it not our day off?
I thought we had a 3-day fucking weekend. But why is this on the exclamation point?
No, I don't know. I guess we should see it. Oh, it's important.
Look at this.
So ready to go.
Oh, I didn't change the screen.
It's a holiday, and there are few people at school.
Yeah, why are we here?
A fa from the wind music club, mixing with the other wind instruments, vaguely reaches my ears. What the heck? This rough, almost beast-like way of running. Ouch! Hey! Oh, that's probably you. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's me. Ouch! Hey, you! Watch where you're going!
That's my line. Is that what you say after jumping out at me all of a sudden?
Well, you shouldn't be spacing out like that, Emiya.
Self-proclaimed Fuyuki's Black Panther stood up ahead of me. It was an abrupt greeting from Makadera Kaide of the Track and Field Club. Oh, it's just you, Makadera. Look ahead in life. I mean, running.
Sure, looking ahead is what I always do, but had you been looking too, wouldn't you have been able to dodge that one?
What do you think people are, anyway? How? My body shamefully falls back to the ground. Being looked down on by Makadera, there's no end to my humiliation.
Jeez, Emiya, what if I fell in love with you like this?
Say what?
Just kidding. Well, it's not like you'd get hurt.
Makadera, the track and field ace, is even tougher than me. At first glance, she looks like she's lively as ever, but she's the type who would try to hide her injuries anyway. Did you hit or twist anything? It's an important season.
Uh-oh, Emiya's worried about me. I'm totally fine. Come on.
I guess she felt bad for me lying on the floor like this, so she offers me a hand. As I try to get up on my own, my finger catches on a thin chain. Huh? It's Tosca's pendant that I've been keeping in my pocket. I try to put it away quickly, but still receive an odd stare. Makadera, this is... I bet this kind of jewelry doesn't fit my image. However, she isn't looking at it in an ordinary way.
That's the same one Tosca has. Why do you have it?
Oh, this? It's a long story. Not as long as it is absurd, but I can't talk about the details. It's my dad's memento that's been passed to me. The design is just a coincidence. Maybe I should make up some story like that right now.
Could it be that, Emiya, you...
It's not like I stole it. She has the same one with her right now.
Oh, so it's a pair. I see.
Makadera is laughing in an oddly excited way. Rather, it's as if she's about to say how incredibly suspicious it is that Tosca and I have matching pendants.
I shouldn't underestimate you.
Hey, what are you scheming?
I see Emiya and Tosca matching jewelry.
A violent scheme is brewing inside the Black Panther. Emiya and Tosca have matching pendants. If this rumor were to spread, who knows what kind of disaster it could cause among Homurahiro's male population. A drop of cold sweat runs down my forehead. There's a heavy feeling in my stomach.
Come on, Emiya, with a strong fighting spirit, you can take down all of your enemies. Hey, I know. If you want, I can just pretend I never saw it.
Makidera, what's the bribe going to be? A crepe, or will it be a sundae?
Nah, nothing like that. Could you tell me where you bought that pendant?
Huh? And what would you do if I did?
It's no big deal, is it? See, that unfashionable design is actually kind of cool, so I kind of want one too and stuff. So, what shop did you buy it from? Tell me.
Sorry, I don't know either. It's not like I'm lying this time, that's just all I can answer. Tosuka didn't buy hers as well. It was passed down to her through generations of ancestors, after all. It's probably not the same kind of thing you can just buy somewhere.
Could it be Emiya?
Yes.
It's not that you gave a gift, rather, you received one?
Yeah, so please leave it at that. And before I realized that there were two of them, doesn't the story seem even stranger in reality? Ouch! This time it's no accident, that's an attack! Hey, what was that for?
This guy! I'll definitely kill you!
What do you mean kill? Don't think a guy would just quietly let himself be killed for a second or third time.
What? Shut up! You unworthy man getting such a precious gift from Tosuka, I will hereby carry out the punishment in heaven's stead. Die!
Getting a challenge like this in the hallway on a day off, what the... Why on earth would she get so mad about Tosuka's pendant? I have no idea, but I need a defense plan quick.
You won't get away, Emiya!
Ah, stop screwing around! I get it. Just a minute ago it was your head you hit instead of your foot, right?
Soon you'll be beaten and I'll get XP and a rare artifact!
Black Panther of Hamarahura is gaining ground. Let's get out of here at full speed before I find the origin of that nickname.
School's
Why were we
really...
there?
I don't know. We literally were there just to fight her. And I guess, valid? Maybe?
Seems funny. Why were we there? I guess we were there because we clicked on the school, right?
We were there because we clicked on the school. To streets! Oh!
Are exclamation marks important and news are side quests?
That would be a good best guess.
Go to the flag checker thing again.
Escape?
No, right click and hit flag list. No? Okay. I thought maybe that one would pop up because of an exclamation mark. I don't know. Maybe we save the exclamation marks for last generally. If we want to read everything. But that one seemed kind of important, I guess. I don't know.
I think I'm of the feeling that wherever we vibe, we vibe.
Okay, even if whether it's an exclamation mark or a new.
Yeah, I think that if we're if we end up in a side quest because we're we might find hot people at the temple, that we should follow that because of that, not because we're we should do all the side quests, right?
Okay, sure. That being said,
are you a completionist?
I noticed. I mean, I am, but
yeah,
it's a co-op thing.
I fucking forgot. Okay, you want to do everything. All right, which one would you rather do first, the temple or the house?
You don't have to, but
no,
also
come on,
I would
tell me, are we going to the temple
regardless of the exclamation mark, I would vote for the temple here because Caster is at the temple and she is hot. Also, the Matou residence scares me.
What if we meet Zoken and he's not scary? How are you gonna feel?
He's like a goofy old man. Oh god.
His voice is actually gonna fit him.
Oh, welcome, children. Let us get some cookies and some milk, and we are going to sit down and watch some cartoons together. You see this cartoon
He's
here?
just like an old man that's really into worms, and that's gonna be his whole thing.
I really like children, I'll teach you about bugs. Do you guys like worms? Let's go out into the garden together, and we are going to fertilize the plants.
I don't know anything about gardening. It was really hard to figure that out. I'm dropping a lot of frames. The frames are no longer dropping. But I have apparently dropped 1.8% of the frames in this recording. So that's nice. We're going to the temple?
Yeah. Oh. Or.
I don't listen.
Or the harbor.
Listen, I have no idea what compelled me to hit the big bridge button. But I was like, I wonder if there's some stuff on the other side. And then look!
It was a sign.
He also has an exclamation point. Is it because there are new places? But I guess it says new.
I assume the new ones are the ones that say new.
Shut the fuck up!
At the harbor, maybe no, because we haven't been to the harbor before. I don't know. At the harbor, there's a familiar face.
That's what I'm saying. Does it mean new?
Lancer can be found anywhere, but in the afternoon, this is where he devotes himself to his hobby. Well, what should I ask him about? Let's talk about the Holy Grail War with Lancer. Why the fuck not? I should really ask for that guy's take on things, after all. He's one of the more warlike servants. He might gladly adapt to this current situation as long as it means he gets to fight. Well, if it ain't Saber's master. Guess it must have been really out of it. I was wondering who it was for a moment there. How the hell can he call that being out of it? I was approaching him stealthily from behind, but he noticed me from 10 meters away as if it was nothing. Don't bother trying to impersonate Assassin. It doesn't suit you. And besides, I ain't got nothing to steal. Haven't got a single one yet. No matter what I do, today's catch is gonna be small. Go somewhere else if you're looking for dinner. His whole body's built for surviving. Be it land, sea, or mountains, he'll live as he pleases anywhere. It's unusual to see him come up broke. But that's not the issue here. Wait, what's this about dinner? I'm the one stocking your place, that's what. This energetic lady comes by in the evening, asks for some fresh catch, and carries away a bucketful, just like that. Ugh, sorry for the trouble. So the cause behind the recent abundance of fish in Fujine's presence was right here all along. It truly is a small world. Mystery of the human world sure is. Well, that lady's a bundle of mysteries herself. So food ain't the reason. What'd you come here for, kid? Just as I thought, he's still a servant no matter what. Seeing that he adapted to the town's life even better than Saber and others, I thought he'd gotten complacent, but I guess not. Serious talk, actually, that's what. There's not much point in chatting with you, so I'll keep it short. Lancer, what do you think about the situation right now? Or, to begin with, why are you still in this world? Lancer's Kotomine's servant. But Kotomine Kirei has been dead for over half a year. Servants can't exist after losing their masters, therefore just the fact that Lancer's still here is highly unusual. Well, if they got a contract with the master, of course. That bastard Gilgamesh is another story, but I don't have the means to exist in this world without a master, you know? A contract? But Kotomine is... busy being dead? Yep, he sure did kick the bucket, but for some reason the contract's in force still. That bothers me as well, but... well, I'm still here, so what's the problem? Ain't much point worrying about why you're alive. Do what comes naturally and all that. Never mind the details. Worry about the how, not the why. Jeez, the scales sure have fallen from my eyes. He's already aware the situation isn't normal, but he is who he is, so he'll just keep doing as he pleases. That's the kind of spirit he has. Talk about let it be. That's so manly I feel pathetic for being anxious. Huh. Alright, but don't you think the fact the contract's still in effect, even though Kotomine isn't around, needs some investigation? Yeah, I have no intention of pushing it, though. As long as I don't hear back from him, I'll just live my life my own way. Does that also apply to the Holy Grail War? You feel the war starting again too, don't you? That. Yeah, got the urge to beat all servants all of a sudden, but that's about it. I'll be staying neutral, though. I ain't eager to participate, but hey, anyone wants a challenge. Lancer isn't lying. As aggressive as I thought he was, he seems downright negative about these circumstances. Come to think of it, I even said it myself. Lancer, even more so than Saber, has already adapted to life in this town. In other words, he's enjoying his life here. I see. You'd even consider Ryder and Saber as friends now. You wouldn't start a fight yourself. Nope, that ain't it. Servants are all enemies. He replies right away. It's the same cool-headedness I saw when he killed me half a year back. Why is that? You're on good terms with everyone, aren't you? Yet you still say that everyone's an enemy? It ain't the same thing, dumbass. You like who you like. No need to hate them just because they're an enemy. My jaw drops. Every time I'm astonished by this man's piercing attitude. But when he takes it this far, I can't help but feel that his tolerance is on a whole different level. I give up. You amaze me. Praise from a youngster ain't gonna cut it. Is this all you wanted to chat about? Then I'll go back to fishing. I got a feeling I got a big catch coming up. With that, Lancer went back to fishing, as if nothing happened. Satisfied with the information acquired, I leave the harbor. Oh, but Lancer said there's no need to hate an enemy. That battle and emotion are separate from each other. But if you look at it from the other way around, he was saying that it doesn't matter if the enemy's a relative or a lover. As long as they're an enemy, they'll be killed indiscriminately. Do you know Cahulin's, myth backstory?
Vaguely.
Okay. That's, pretty relevant to that, but I know he fucking explains it in this game, so.
I read Cahulin when I was in college, and that was in 2009. So, I'm gonna say I don't remember it, but I do remember. I'm sure that as things come up, I'll go, oh, yeah. But, I couldn't, prompt information on my own at this point.
You ever think about how you were in college when I was in middle school?
It's kind of weird, I know. How we are friends, unknown.
Well, some lying on my part. Not lying. Some omissions. It's just after 9 p.m. and dinner's already over. There are no major events and everyone returned to their rooms. It's too early to go to bed, so what should I do in the meantime?
Talk to girls. Do you want to go out for another walk?
Yeah, kinda.
I kind of want to, too.
I guess we have places to go still. We can just work our way east. We could, you could Gilgamesh. Okay, yeah, we can go to Gilgamesh.
We already talked about him.
There doesn't seem to be anything wrong here. Just go home. No signs of life in this district is business as usual. No screams nearby and no howling beasts either. Perhaps due to the white moonlight, the town looks brighter than usual. Everything's fine here. On to the next one, I guess. I leave the Western-style residential district. On the way back, I noticed something red out of the corner of my eye. There are 1 or 2 brand new post boxes.
I'm upset. I'm upset!
It is after 7:30. We're following our old rules. This is the equivalent of a day ending, right? But I don't know what you want to do.
I mean, I figured we have 20 minutes. We could probably finish another day.
Okay. That was just how we went with stay night, right? Our rule of thumb was just we'd stop at stopping times after the 30. But that was also much longer sections.
Yeah, I guess it's more of I know that we're not going to get trapped anywhere, right?
Yeah, right.
So, I don't feel the same need to be okay, well, this is probably the best stopping point because we probably won't get one for another hour, you know? We're going to get one in 20 minutes.
That's fair. Keep going. Make bacon and steak and asparagus at fucking 9:42 p.m., huh?
Bro,
Certainly a choice.
What a king.
Who can we talk to that's not Sakura? We went over on the bridge.
You want to
Go
go
to
to...
the school for 2 days off in a row like a fucking psychopath.
No. You want to go to the temple or you want to talk to
There's
Sakura?
I don't think there's anyone in the temple, right? It
No.
says new if there's anyone there, right?
Right. Okay. Fuck.
And you could click on temple and see if anything happens, but... Oh yeah, there's just no one here. Oh, I'm kind of leaning school over Sakura.
Same. Who the fuck is this?
Oh no, that's the little girl from the beginning.
Oh, you are her.
Was I?
Yeah.
I was the older.
No, you are.
Right? Yeah,
You
that was
were
my
her.
like. Yeah. Another fucking day where I talk to myself.
Yeah, you're fucking welcome, dude.
Today's club activities: track and field.
I love that we just go hang out at school like a fucking loser.
I didn't use the grounds when I was in the archery club, so the rotation schedule's never been clear to me. Was track and field training supposed to be that intense? Yeah! Screamed the freshmen while running around like lemmings. And from the predator driving them from behind.
Hey, the next 406. Run, die! You there, if you're falling behind, knock down that guy in front of you. You should know that for a sprinter, defeat is death.
Makadera Kaide, the self-styled Hamarahara's Black Panther, a girl born to run. Wow, Makadera is really zealous about these club activities. And anyway, wouldn't it be death as a sprinter to hit the runner in front of you?
Oh, if it isn't Mr. Emiya himself. Observing? Oh, fuck.
I think you were Himura.
I was. But
I
I
turn
already
around
used the
to
wrong
him.
voice.
Oh, yeah. I turn around to see Himura standing there. Himura is a member of the high jumper team, so she's probably not with the sprinters. Oh, could you teach us how to do it? Because we suck at it. Yo, pardon the intrusion. I was just passing by, but ended up spectating before I knew it.
I'm glad to have spectators, but it is not that interesting to watch. Well, maybe it is. When you look at her from a distance, she seems like a pleasant girl.
That's an understatement. Our hearts are one under the Black Panther. Anyway, putting Makadera aside. Himuro, aren't you going to run? Even high jumping requires some sprinting practice, doesn't it?
I got off easy. This is an adjustment period for me, so I'm not going to be running that much.
I see. Those guys over there really have it rough, though. The freshmen look like they're going to die. Is she Spartan or something? After running the track, the freshmen look as if they're about to collapse. Right now they're jogging, but their gait is wavering and unsteady. Hi, Solana. But even now, Makadera is menacing the freshmen from behind with threats of more practice.
That's what interval training is about. There's no point unless you can get it under 60 seconds. Kaide is an advocate of hard working to begin with. She's doing this to drive the freshmen to their very limits, take them to the edge, and drive them to despair. That's her principle in leading them.
Ugh, so I guess she's not Spartan, just sadistic. That must be why her hands move before her mouth. That beast just thrives on violence. I feel sorry for this year's freshmen. Even I'd give up after that.
I don't think so. I can't guarantee you'll be able to maintain that speed, but you wouldn't be beaten by that load, Hemiya.
I don't know what she's basing that on, but Himuro was quick to give an opinion on my endurance. What if she also watched us high jump?
She's also in love with us.
Himuro Kane seems like a normal girl, but some would say otherwise. As usual with her profound personality, she suddenly says,
So, about what you said earlier. Personally, I think she's more of a masochist than a sadist.
Huh? I guess I'm the one who slipped up while talking, but seriously, what is she saying all of a sudden? Huh? Maki-chan's a pervert? To our misfortune, it was the team manager, Saigusa Yukika, passing by and unable to conceal her surprise upon learning her friend's secret.
Oh, quite a... Thank you for helping out, Yukika!
Far away.
Oh, is this someone yelling in?
Saigusa-senpai, can you hop over here? Sure, sorry, I'll be right there. Picking up a basket filled with bottles, she crosses across the grounds.
Wait, I'll help too.
Me too. It's fine, Emiya-kun. It's not that much. Well, I guess she'll be okay since Himuro's with her. And the other members of the team would probably be surprised if an outsider was carrying the bottles over.
Alright, everybody, get some water. This season, people tend to not get enough. So be careful, newbies. We have a meeting after lunch. Everyone gather at 1A. If you're late, we're adding the seconds you're tardy to your sprint total. Got it? Sir, yes, sir!
Well done. The group of weeping freshmen, forced into a never-ending cycle of jumps and dashes, finally starts to disperse. They're worn out. After that much work, surely no man could have any energy left, whether they like it or not. Good work, Maki-chan. Here you go.
Thanks, you're always full of energy, Yukichi. How's your adjustment going, Himuro? Say it again?
Himuro is what I usually say.
Himuro. Not bad.
With her bottle in hand, she lightly jogs by me. Her gaze crosses over me. I guess she knows there's a strange new visitor around.
Oh, it's you, Emiya. What are you up to?
What do you mean? As you can see, just spectating.
You sure have a lot of free time.
That's exactly it. Before I knew it, patrolling to find something odd around town turned into a neighborhood stroll in search of something to entertain myself with. The reason being, there really isn't anything I can find that looks wrong.
Then you, idler, if you have nothing better to do, why not help our club?
Did you break something again?
I didn't break it, I just messed up my pull a little last week.
That's what you'd call breaking it, but whatever. Anything else?
Yeah, some hurdles are starting to get hard to adjust. You can fix stuff just like that, right? We could discuss an appropriate reward too, so think about it.
Sure, sounds like a simple job.
That was quick and cheap. Wow, you took that up awfully fast. I'm not sure whether to trust you or not.
Then should I refuse?
Maybe not. If you agree, then do it. Yeah, that'd be handy. You're a great help, Emiya. Since Kaede won't say thanks, I'll say it for her.
Since you're doing us a favor, would you like to eat lunch together?
What? What are you inviting him for, Yukichi? Emiya already said he'll do it for free. Listen, he comes from a family that loves to do people favors with no rewards, and if you're not careful and give him something, he'll die!
Buy a rabbit or something? But asking Emiya-kun to help with all this, I feel so, well, maybe not too bad.
It's up to Emiya. Well, it doesn't look like he has any plans for lunch, but...
Yeah, I was just thinking about eating somewhere around here. Saigusa looks really happy. Seeing a face like that, I just couldn't refuse. We had lunch prepared for everyone in the club, but someone took the day off, so we have a little extra, actually. Emiya-kun, could you eat it as a favor to us? Okay, if that's the case, I'd be happy to. I can just think of it as a reward. If I get treated to lunch, I'll be even more motivated to fix the hurdles.
I never had to feed anyone like Emiya before. Boo! A double meal for lunch and triple meal for dinner is no problem for Makinoji. It is so! What kind of Japanese monster is that anyway?
She slowly understood that even if there's no Japanese demon like that, there may be one in the Western world.
Let's eat!
Lunch begins. I guess there are no club activities after lunch, since all three change clothes before eating. Inside the foil wrap are sandwiches made of marinated salmon and thick French rolls.
For a school meal?
Hello?
Hello?
I guess this is the lunch they prepared for all the club members, right?
You're right. But still.
Since lunchboxes were mentioned, I was expecting rice and various side dishes, but it ended up being fairly light. Well, after working out that hard, I don't think I could eat something fried. It was a good choice for the manager to pick. Here, it's kinda crude, but...
Crude or not, it's all good stuff. But Emiya here, from what I hear, is a real gourmet. Yes, they say that Miss Mito, a second year, delivers stacked lunchboxes to him every other day.
One of those rumors started. It's my own matters, but when they put it like that, it really does sound like I'm way too spoiled lunch-wise. Stacked? Mito sounds amazing. I couldn't make that much.
That's why he's got good taste, and if I recall correctly, he also cooks himself, don't you, Emiya? Watch out, Yukika. Depending on the offering, he might go all, "Get me the chef!" on you. Where's that from, Makinoji?
Makinoji just a name for Makidera? It must be, right?
That's the best thing I can guess.
She's calling Makidera some sort of Japanese monster. Equivalent, I think, is what I got from the context of the last time.
I'm guessing it's Maki... yeah, I guess, like, it's like, you know, when you call, like, someone, like, a baka, and you put it, like, bakagami, like...
Right.
She's made
that, but,
something.
like, monster.
Is it like an onmyoji? But that's not a demon. I think that's
like
a
person who kills demons. Or it's like a priest lady, I think.
Yeah. Who has the secrets here?
This is a fucking hard thing to look up.
Yeah, I'm afraid to look up her because then I think that you end up in a chance of getting spoilers. Right?
Yeah. Well, I assume they said, like, what kind of Japanese monster is that earlier, so I may assume it's monstrous of some kind. Wow, I may be spoiled, but so's the track team. Who could complain about this lunch? Saigusa's lunchbox may be plain, but it was made with the person eating it in mind. Even Tosca, with her only the best policy, would have been touched by the thought Saigusa put into it.
It's okay, Yukichi. If that happens, I'll come cheer you on when you have the extreme menu showdown. Come on, as long as you get that Kyogoku guy pinned down, I'm sure you'll win. I am ashamed. I am useless at cooking.
Ah, but Emiya-kun's eating as if he likes it, so it's fine. Hearing my name, I raise my head. Were my manners bad?
That's not it. You had a nice smile when you were eating, so I am happy, is what Yukika wants to say.
A nice smile? Well, yeah, if you eat something that tastes good, it just happens, doesn't it? I'm glad.
Oop.
There's yogurt too. Please have some.
Good thing you measured up to Emiya's standards, huh? Now I'm more interested in how Emiya's lunch would taste instead of Miss Mato's. Emiya's lunch? I'd never even seen him eat from a lunchbox, though.
That's because he goes to the student council room with Issei-kun.
Yes, the son of the temple does not get much meat in his diet. I suppose, for the student council president, Emiya is like an angel of mercy. It's probably Makidera. I don't think that your little whisper girl's gonna say it. Oh, what's with that? How can you say such an embarrassing line without even flinching? It's amazing.
Being unable to say anything back is a little sad. But even Issei is still a growing young boy. With only vegetables for lunch, he may run out of energy and faint in his battle against his bitter enemy, Tosaka.
Oh my god. So is the food you're giving to Ryoto any good? Is it special enough for the student council president to get hooked on? Is it ultimate enough to match up against our Yukichis?
Well, it's nothing to brag about. My lunch is basically just leftovers, so it's not that special. And besides, there's no way a guy's lunchbox could win over a girl's. And I mean, not just the neat looks, but even the very value of their existence is vastly different. Really? Since guys don't usually make lunch, I think yours is pretty special.
Now that you mention it, really is a rarity. But the only ones eating it are Emiya and Ryoto. He's like, no threat to our Yukichi, the idol of the track team. No, I believe Miss Tosca is eating Emiya's lunch too. I saw one of his lunchboxes in her desk before.
Chunks of French bread feel like they're going to get stuck in my throat. Himuro Kane is as frightening as Tosca Rin is careless. I don't mind making it for her, but I told her to hide it carefully.
What did you just say? Tosca, she even lets Emiya do that? I knew she liked taking the easy way out, but what is this? That sounds almost like they are dating! Makinoji, not like. Those two are probably going out, don't you think?
What?
I won't accept it. That arrogant, stubborn girl would never go out with some gallant helper type. A girl like Tosca can't have friends. Even if she had some, it would only be people like me who intend to use her. Yet, as a matter of fact, twice a week, Miss Tosca comes to school with an Emiya-marked lunchbox. So she's trying to seduce Emiya with her charms? Crap. What's the word for it again? Come on, Yukichi.
Me? Are you trying to say she lacks moral integrity?
That's it. You are just one of the 100. Okay, here, Emiya-kun, I'd rather not do this, but here's my yogurt, okay? Eat it!
No thanks. I already got some from Saikusa-san a minute ago.
So you're saying you will be swayed by my charm? Come on, it's prune flavor. Not very yummy, but eat it already!
Stop pressuring him, Maki-chan.
Yukika, try to imagine how Makidera feels. How sad.
Looks like something snapped in Makidera's head. Well, it was probably Himura who did it, but the fallout will come to me alone. It's time to retreat. I've eaten my lunch, so let's go return the favor. Well, I should be going soon. Saigusa, thanks for lunch. The salmon and bread were both delicious. Oh, it was nothing.
Don't worry about Makinoji and Tosca, Emiya. You're an eyesore just as I thought, Emiya!
Alright then, let's do our best and get to work. For the hurdles, I need to grab the grease and oil spray from the tool shed.
And we stop!
Right on time. I love those three a lot. I think they're a really fun, goofy trio, but also they're pretty much destined to be irrelevant to the plot, right?
I mean, we just go to school a lot, right?
That's true. In the, like, extra section, or maybe extra scene. Oh, that's not what I'm looking for. There's a section called Eclipse. That's what it is. I think we haven't unlocked it yet. I think it's that fourth space in the first column. And Eclipse is where they put all the sex scenes in this game, because there's kind of a lot of them, but they're just kind of bonus scenes, and they're with everyone, so they don't, like, fuck with the story. Until you be like Rider sex, and Sakura sex, and Rin sex, right?
Okay, so they're not intrinsic to the plot.
They're not into the story. They're not even in, like, the main menu.
We might
There's
not
only...
get that menu because we have the H scenes turned off.
Well, the other thing that's in Eclipse, which is what I was getting at, is this, like,
we had to talk about the
detective
important
series
sex first.
that's just those three and just, like, trying to solve mysteries. And that's also in the same section. And you kind of unlock it over time, I think. We should spend our money.
Yeah, where's our temple?
I'm so afraid one of these is going to be porn.
Okay, we have 300. We have 600 yen. And we can either save up for the 1,000 or we've got a 300, 100.
We should buy the 300s.
Okay, do you want the 300 at the top, the 300 in the middle, or the 300 at the... Actually, we could buy all of... Oh, we have the 300 and 300.
Yeah, I think we just buy both the 300s, but I'm up for whatever. Oh, right on time.
2 of the 3 good friends, Himura Kane left and Saigusa Yukika right.
Fresh change of clothes, each posing in their jerseys and casual wear, is it? The jerseys are that of the Hamurahara Academy track and field team.
Himuro-san's casual clothes are very urban chic, aren't they? That princess-cut hair and half-Windsor tie knot really brings it all together. As expected, a sense of style worthy of my secret rival. There's
a comment about Saigusa-san from the character designer. Yukika's family is supposed to be poor, so I designed her character to be very modest. One of my favorites.
Right. It's all right, even if she's poor, as long as she has some precious gems.
You are misunderstanding on the same level as the queen who ate sweets and disappeared with the guillotine. Damn, you just called her Marie Antoinette. That's brutal. As a side note, the production manager who adored Yukika more than anyone else totally hated it. Can't have everything your way, I guess.
This is the one we bought the first time that we had to reset the game.
Hawk, you're right. I need to skip the We've read this before, right?
Yeah, we didn't record it for YouTube, but that's fine. I cut it out because it was in the beginning and we had all those fucking errors and shit.
Someone's gonna comment and bitch about not having that scene recorded.
It'll be tragic.